We go right into it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Or we can just this is the intro. Us talking about going into it.
It could be. I suppose.
It could be.
Yeah. No.
Honestly,
I could cut right to 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Not even. Like so half the conversation in Danish. I cut that out and then it's just English from here.
Boom.
Yeah. No. Could it?
Because that works. Because we've been talking about
Life.
life, especially
Dude, life
life.
is rough. Dude.
But also thinking about we kind of want to switch up our intros. How are we gonna do it? What would be best?
Yeah.
I said compilation.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just think we watch different podcasts.
Definitely.
In all fairness,
But the Yard doesn't do that, and I love that. That's probably my top number one podcast at the moment.
Yeah, I not at the moment. I think if I had to mention a podcast where I'm like, this is the podcast I just would choose. If I could only choose one, it would be that one. It would be the Yard, 100%. And maybe CREEPYPASTA. Honestly, maybe CREEPYPASTA.
Yeah, CREEPYPASTA is a niche.
I just love them.
It's especially.
It is such a niche.
I went
100%.
over,
It's such a niche.
like the whole horror era of
Such a niche.
the whole horror era of YouTube. Mr. Nightmare that you don't even know. I think
know
you would
him.
love Mr. Nightmare now.
I just love horror. I love horror.
Mr.
I'm
Nightmare
trying
was the horror YouTuber.
I'm so trying to get my significant other to watch horror with me, and it's so difficult.
But like horror movies,
Just horror anything.
because there's
I don't
no
care.
good horror movies at the
There
moment.
are. Oh, at the moment.
There aren't,
No,
or
no. Did you say at the moment or in general?
At the moment.
No, fact.
At the moment, there used to be bangers.
I mean, Sinister, best fucking horror
Sinister's
movie.
a
Best horror
banger.
movie in the world.
Sinister's
I
a
will
banger.
fight anyone. It's such a good.
That one shot of him with the children at the loft.
The entire thing. It's because it's just. I think that's the thing about horror movies. It's just a good movie. You know.
I don't remember that movie that much to say that. I don't know. I just
seen
remember
it-
specific
I mean, I've
moments.
seen it like 5 times.
Okay, that's why you fucking love it.
It's a good movie. No. I watched it the first time. I was dumbfounded because it scared me. But there was like 2 jump scares.
When did you watch it? What age?
The first time, 14.
14?
14?
Well, that's the prime age of watching horror.
I mean, no, I was a real post boy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I was so scared. I remember the first thing we ever watched was The Ring, maybe?
Oh, The Ring is not that scary.
No, it's not. I've watched it since.
not.
It's really not. But I was shitting my pants.
With
for
the American
days.
version or the original?
Oh, the American.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, no. The first one we watched was You On or You On?
Yeah,
the
You-
actual The Grudge.
Oh, what is it called? Yeah, something like
I
You
think
On or
it's
something.
You On.
Yeah.
Actually, like I'm just gonna.
I'm pretty sure it's You.
Why on?
Why on?
Why on? You On? Yeah. You On? Grudge. Yo On?
No, Ju On.
Okay, sure. That's what I'm trying to say. Fine.
It's fine. Oh, because we're in Danish, yeah. You On.
You On?
You won't.
You On? Hey, boy, you on, lad?
You on,
Wanna
fucking
drink
laddie?
some pints later? Fuck yeah, dude.
No, but that one is scarier than the...
Actually, no. Because I watched them recently. I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. Because I was talking to this person where they were like, oh, The Grudge is like the scariest fucking thing in the world to me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like...
At this big age?
Yeah, at this
2025?
She was older than me too, as
Damn.
well. So yeah, but I was talking to this person, and they were like, "Oh, The Grudge is literally the scariest thing in the world." And me being a fucking horror head, I guess you can call it, I was like, "It's a whack ass movie. Like, it's fine. It's just it." Everyone watched it at the time that was scary, understandably, because we were 14.
Okay, you're talking about the American one.
The American one.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I watched.
Agreed.
I watched the American one. And I was like, "This shit sucks." Like, it was a bad fucking movie.
pretty fucking
It's a
bad.
really bad. movie.
I don't hate, but I do dislike the actress as well.
No, they just completely because then afterwards I watched the Japanese version, and it's a way better movie. It's way worse structured. It is the most.
What do you mean, the pace? The pace?
It did everything. It is like the concept of, obviously, because that's the original. It was better, but like the execution was just bad. It was just bad. Like, the actors were good. Sure, the actors were good. The actors were doing good. But the execution of the editing, the timing, the pacing.
I mean, isn't it from 19 whatever?
It's
pretty
from
fucking old, isn't it?
It's from the 90s, but the other one came out 2 years after, so it's really not big.
okay.
No, it was obviously just geared towards the West, which makes sense, like the American one. The American, so the pacing, everything was more up to par with what we are probably used to.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure it did numbers in Japan, I would assume.
It did.
And it was a way more eerie movie. Like the tone of it was scary.
Yeah, like creepy.
Yeah,
I think that's the best horror vibe as well.
It was way creepier. It was just too fucking slow. Like, nothing was happening half the time, and so wasn't the American. But at least the American felt shorter. You know?
because it felt dragged out.
Yeah,
the
it
Japanese
felt
version.
so. Plus, they did it weirdly. The American movie did it in ways where, like, it. I don't know why I'm doing this.
It did it in ways like this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to explain. But no, the American movie like actually structured the story so like you were following a person. The Japanese version does not. You follow like 5 different people, and like
I mean, that doesn't have to be necessarily bad.
no, but it has to be done well.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder of a job to get that fucking thing
Yeah.
out. It's a lot tougher to like structure that and still be interesting than just follow a main character that you can attach to. Because you then have to attach to 5 different people and be like, oh, I care about. I don't give a shit about any of these people because I've seen them for no time, you know. And then they die, and you're like, okay.
Okay, yeah. If there's not enough character development between the 5 different people,
like none.
then yeah, I can see that.
And it was. Don't get me wrong, it was a good movie. It
was the one that started it.
I liked the Japanese movie a lot more, and I had because the American one is actually just awful. It's such a bad movie. Like I was so surprised.
It's such a remake that it's
very
almost
big.
on par.
Yeah.
The parody even is better.
The only thing the effects are way better in the American, obviously.
Yeah.
But
like Asian horror movies, I fuck with that so heavy.
I watched the Indonesian one. I think
Indonesian.
Philippines or Indonesia.
Give me the title.
Oh, Incantation.
Yeah, that's Taiwanese.
Oh, it's Taiwanese.
It's Taiwanese.
Oh,
that one is a bang. I was going to mention that.
Okay,
one.
but then that's not what I'm thinking of. Because it is one of the 2 that I'm thinking of.
Incantation with all the Chinese writing.
No, I remember Incantation.
Yeah.
Good movie. Yeah. That's not what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But no, that is also a movie. Yes.
Yeah. That one I think is a fucking banger. Like that actually scared.
I barely remember it. I'm not gonna lie.
It was such a creepy vibe, and I think my hypothesis on this shit is the fact that it's. Because I'm so used to the Western style of, hey, here's a demon from hell, and here's, Christianity, and let's get an exorcist.
We're all Christians here.
Yeah, like The Nun and stuff like that. The Conjuring was the only thing scary.
But The Nun. Well, The Conjuring's good.
Yeah, that was the first one I watched. It was scary. I was 13. Everything after that, I don't care.
Because they keep reusing it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, like, I think horror movies is the best. And I get this is controversial, I guess. But horror movies is the best type of media to me.
What?
Yeah, no, 100%.
How?
Because
it depends. Why?
No, because it's an amalgamation of like a good because there are like I want to say 95% of horror movies are not good.
90% horror movies?
95%
definitely
higher. 95%.
Some of them are good because they're so bad that it's funny.
But that's different. But I mean, like an actual movie, you want to sit down and like have a good time. Like a good time sounds weird with like horror movies because you're not having a good time because you're supposed to be scared.
That's having a good time. Having a reaction is a good time.
Exactly. But like I don't know. To me, a good horror movie can only be a good horror movie if it is eerie enough to keep you suspense and keep you scared and on the edge of your seat, but also just delivers a story like an actual good movie would. That's why I think horror is so much more interesting because it has to balance a bunch of things, whereas like a good drama movie doesn't have to make you scared.
No, but it has to make you feel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A horror movie also has to make you feel and make you scared.
It's just different aspects of feelings.
It's just better.
Okay, that's gotta be that's a crazy take.
Is it? I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Most interesting movies are the ones that that make me feel for the plot and the characters, and I'm like, this one I'm gonna remember.
But a horror movie can do that too, and also make you scared. And
there is nothing in a horror movie other than I remembered. Was it suspenseful? Was it eerie?
Yeah.
Oh, that was creepy. That's good.
Yeah.
That's all I want from a horror movie because I don't expect anything else, and nothing.
But that's what I'm saying.
Nothing else comes.
That's why I think it's such a more interesting art form is the horror because it needs you to fucking do everything else that every other movie does, but also keep you scared.
But it doesn't.
No,
I don't feel like I've ever watched a horror movie where love was like a thing, for example.
Love is, I mean, okay.
Or deep development between characters where you cared.
And I think that, and I agree with you mostly. And I think that's the problem with horror movies is that we've forgotten the fact that it's still a movie. It doesn't just have to be jump scares and bullshit. Because no one fucking cares.
True. Jump scares are the worst thing that happens.
And everyone agrees. 100%. Yeah. I love when a horror movie needs to have one. That's my opinion. But it needs to be at a point where like no one expects it.
It has to be an actual jump scare.
Exactly. It has to be like an actual story driving jump scare. It can't just be like, me. I'm here. Me.
Like you hear the what's it called? The background music just go.
Well, I mean,
that's Jaws.
Yeah,
but like,
I was about to say, now you do Jaws.
I'm just like giving an example of it's kicking up, and then in 2 seconds, oh, here it comes.
It is funny you say Jaws because my mom told me that that's the first horror movie she ever watched. And she cried in the theater. And if you've seen Jaws, that shit is not fucking scary.
I've never seen Jaws.
Really?
Never.
It's a classic.
I've only seen clips.
Well, I mean, if you've even seen a clip of the shark, it is made of paper mache.
I can imagine. Isn't it from the 80s or some shit?
Yeah, it is from like the 80s.
Yeah. I hate movies before 1995.
That's a rough take.
That is a very rough take, but I just can't.
The worst
it's
part
just
is
so bad.
You know what? I agree with you.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I do. Okay. I wouldn't
With
call
the
them
special
bad.
effects. No, okay. Well, it looks so fake that it's not enjoyable.
I memean, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even just and this is the Zoomer in me. We talked about this earlier. We're technically Zoomers, but like
we are Gen Zers.
I want to say Millennials, which makes me cringe. I don't care. But we grew up differently than like Zoomers from 10 years later because earphones and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just don't fuck with the camera quality. If I'm watching an old ass movie, it pulls me out so much watching it in like black and white. Like if you're watching Frankenstein, which arguably is a classic. I tried. I gave it a shot. I got bored out of my fucking mind. My ADHD could handle it. I was like, eat someone. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like do something.
Yeah, do something.
Like it's like watching silent movies. Classics, I guess.
Okay.
No, it's the same.
I don't think anyone's arguing. Silent movies do remove a whole fucking sense of the thing.
Okay, not even that. Okay, what is it called? That one fucking movie that's like the trope of being a classic. Dr. Calamari or whatever.
What the fuck? Dr. Calamari?
Dude, try to type in Google right now.
Dr. Calamari.
Yeah, Dr. Calamari.
That's a dish.
Where is it?
Dr. Cabinet of the Caligari?
The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Is it actually what you're saying? Because I've never heard of this in my life.
No, I think that's the main story.
No,
silent horror film. That's like
I've never heard of this.
That's
Where the fuck do you know this from? No, actually, I'm more fuck the movie in the book. Where do you know this from?
I think it's because I've heard it being mentioned here and there, like throughout my life. No, if you see anyone
drunk
referring
people in the
to
street, you should go watch the Cabinet of Dr. Calamari.
Yeah.
It's fucking bang.
The funny thing is it's Dr. Caligari and not even Calamari. I'm pretty sure there's a movie that's called The Cabinet of Dr. Calamari.
I mean, do you know what a calamari is?
Yeah, the food.
It's like fried fucking octopus, right?
Octopus, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a person named Dr. Calamari who likely refers to Dr. Dawn Calamari Brinkroad.
I don't think it's
a
her.
physician specializing in internal medicine. She can fix every problem, dude. I believe her.
She could.
I mean, look at her.
I would not want to go. I have a weird take about doctors who are overweight.
What?
No, I have a weird. If my doctor is unhealthy, I don't want to go to that doctor.
She doesn't have to be unhealthy. She doesn't. I mean,
if I speak, if I speak, I'm big trouble.
Fair. I mean, because you want a 6-pack doctor every time.
No. I just want someone who's fairly healthy. If I see that they're beyond the obese, like they're not, she's
she's
overweight.
Yeah, no,
to a fair degree.
I mean, to a fair degree. I don't think she's
full body pic right now.
She's like 60.
Let's get.
I don't have one. I don't want one.
Let's get Dawn Calamari Brinkroad on a full pic right now.
Way. What's it? Dawn? Is her name actually Calamari?
It is Calamari Brinkroad.
That is fucking insane, by the way. Imagine being named after a dish of fried octopus.
I mean, there's plenty of weird names like that.
Dr. Calamari, here she is. She looks like a wonderful woman. I really hope she doesn't
Stop
have any ties
talking
to
about
Trump.
the face. She's face carding it. I'm not gonna lie. And then I like how you go further down. Just Calamari coming down.
This should look good though. I would eat. Actually, top 3 fried foods.
Top 3 fried foods: chicken. Don't fucking laugh. Octopus. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Okay.
Fried.
It's not high up.
Yeah.
Octopus.
Fried octopus is good. Okay.
It is good. It is good. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, when I was younger, there's a specific thing to it. When I was younger, you know onion rings, right?
Yes.
Yes. You know about those.
I have had one of those.
You do know they exist, right?
Yeah, no. They're somewhere.
So onion rings, I used to go to a restaurant a lot when I was a kid.
Okay.
That instead of onion rings, they had octopus rings that were fried.
Yeah.
Shit was banger.
No, it's good.
So good.
I think the issue with octopus rings is that it's so easy to fuck up. Like if you go to a bad restaurant, that shit's gummy as hell.
Oh.
And it's not nice. It's just
if it's
not
gummy,
nice.
it's fucked. Yeah.
The moment you bite into it, and like it doesn't separate, like it doesn't take a clean bite, but it becomes to like slops out. Oh,
Yeah. Like the octopus isn't cooked, right?
No, I'm pretty sure it's just overcooked. It
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it could be.
I think-
even octopus, when it isn't cooked enough, it's also gummy as hell.
It is gummy. I mean, yeah, I don't mind octopus, but it's just a million things I'd rather have. Honestly,
I mean, it tastes good, but
I mean,
I wouldn't eat octopus if I could see that it's octopus.
have you ever had a blooming onion?
That sounds.
It's super.
white.
It's super American.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
that looks so good though.
It is. It is. It's just an onion you cut into a lot of pieces and you fry the whole fucking thing.
Oh, it's just fried onion.
Yeah,
That sounds too fatty though.
it is.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's like eating a fried stick of butter, but not quite. I did that though.
The chili mayo in the middle though. Oof.
I'm pretty sure it's like ranch.
Creamy dipping sauce.
I love ranch. I mean, I wish we had ranch. That's my whole thing.
We do have ranch.
No, we don't. We don't have fucking ranch. We
The
don't have
real ranch.
We don't have the right ranch. We don't have the Hidden Valley fucking ranch.
We're talking about ranch dressing, by the way, not an actual ranch.
No, I'm talking about with horses.
With
and
horses,
cows
stables.
no, yeah. Also, by the way, welcome to the episode. It's episode.
This episode consists of whatever the fuck it's gonna be at this
Yeah,
point.
at this
But
point.
we're gonna lead into it. With the horror, we're gonna red thread it later.
So the blooming onions.
So back to food, right?
So back to. So I'm actually hungry. That's a problem, maybe.
I do want to talk about something though.
You do?
That has been not bugging me, but I've been following
you?
it. I've been following it.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I've been
Yeah.
busy.
I've told you specifically not to follow it because I
Oh.
wanted your live reaction on it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah,
Fa-
fair. Give it to me. Give it to me.
and I
Don't
want
like
you to.
that, but give it to me.
Let's do the first thing is it's been overall text is Mang0,
Yes.
who is a C9 or was a C9
Smash.
melee. Yeah, Smash melee.
Streamer. Oh man, that's the same thing though, is it not?
I don't.
I mean, Smash is the genre, and then Melee is.
Yeah,
like
people
one
call it
other game.
melee more. I guess I don't know.
I don't. I'm pretty sure, like it's Smash Melee, right? And
Yeah.
then it's Smash something else and Smash something else.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But at the end,
I'm just making.
I'm just being specific here.
I'm not a knower. No, I'm not a knower.
Are you not a knower?
No, I'm not a knower.
I mean, if there's a gaming community I don't know anything about,
Smash?
it's fucking Smash Melee.
which is fun because I don't know the content creator we watch. I feel like they all come from that.
The Yard does.
Yeah, no.
But it's only the Yard. There's not anyone else.
Is there really not? Maybe not.
Yeah.
No, second from
Does
Valorant.
he?
Yeah.
What?
He started out playing sort of competitive Smash and then very quickly because he's not that old, right? He's like 19.
Yeah.
Or no,
Didn't he start Valorant when he was like 15 or something?
Yeah, exactly. He played Smash before that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, Smash is a good game. I
I don't know. I don't
hate that it wasn't a thing in Denmark.
I don't fuck with fighting games. It's just not me.
Such a pussy.
Yeah, I'm
Just
bad
a
at it. I'm
fucking
bad at
pussy.
it. It's a fair point. I'm just dog.
No, you just hate competition.
No, I like to play We've played Valorant, man.
The Valorant is something else. That's us competing against other people. You don't like 1v1ing either. 'Cause you know you lose, but you.
Oh my
let's
God.
not talk about that.
So thanks for coming to this podcast episode. It's been 20 minutes.
we're gonna end it right here. But no,
So
so
it has been exactly 20 minutes.
that's so perfect. Mang0, the C9 Smash player,
Yes.
who is very good friends with Ludwig and that whole LA circle of streamers.
Yeah.
Mostly with the Yard and those kind of people.
Yeah.
Ludwig had an event called the BeerioCart where it was a bunch of streamers.
He does that every year. I watched the previous ones.
Yeah, there was like
Yeah,
there's
it's
there's
fun.
been 3, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does happen is the difference this time was the fact that a lot of streamers from outside the circle came into it.
Because it has gotten bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah, Maya, Cinna, Extra Emily right there. There's a lot of new people who are popping off right now. And also some Austin people, I guess. Austin streamers, right?
Yeah. Sure.
So they've gotten into it. They came to this stream. And then the problem is here that Mang0 did something crazy. And we're going to show you the clip right now.
See, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mang0, on the other hand. No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream! End it!
End the stream, Mang0 says.
End the stream!
Wait, no.
Let me do the animation back.
No, we're fucking back. No. We're fucking back. What the fuck is that?
That was insane. Mind you, this is the only one instance I saw I couldn't find the fucking vid, but there was a whole compilation of him doing it throughout the night to many other
people. Yeah.
to Cinna, who's a female streamer as well, and then QT also.
Oh, that's
funny
crazy.
enough.
Yeah.
And he did.
I mean,
he,
all of it's crazy.
and he did it to Ludwig as well. Whatever, but that's whatever, right? But he
Yes.
basically goes around fucking humping everyone and everything.
That's weird. Also,
Yeah.
why does he have his shirt off?
Exactly. But then again,
He lost a lot of weight, so maybe like it's some self-confidence thing coming out.
maybe.
I don't know.
But I saw in one clip Ludwig was also shirtless. So
so maybe it's
it
just
could have
a thing.
been a thing. I didn't see the whole.
Honestly,
stream.
no. From watching the previous BeerioCart, it could definitely be a thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ludwig goes shirtless every single time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of whatever. Besides the point, the fact of the matter is that is insane to go around and do to people that you don't know.
I mean, there's some Twitter people here that actually have quite the take.
They do have a lot of takes.
Seems like they're laughing. If the one was uncomfortable, they could have easily moved. Dudes doing an obnoxious stuff like this after largely making out a clown of themselves to entertain others.
Again, that's. I've seen so many.
I think that's an incel take.
that's an insult take.
I like actually.
You know the worst take that I've seen is the fact that a lot of people put responsibility on Ludwig.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
You can't predict how your friends are acting. Man.
Exactly, and especially when mind you, he was drunk as fuck himself, and he's also running the
That's
event.
The point of Beerio.
That's the point of
Cart,
it.
you know?
BeerioCart. That's the point of it. And he goes around, makes sure that everything's great, everyone's having a good time. And then there was multiple. There's also clips. I wish I could get all of them, but there's one clip where he stops him from he kept touching Emily. That's the one on the right. Her hair and try to do stuff, and he's like, "Oh, Mang0, you're too drunk. Mang0, you're too drunk."
Yeah.
Try to play it down,
Yeah.
calm down, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on,
Actually,
all
just
right?
stop doing what you're doing.
Just to take it really back.
Yeah.
But there's also another take that I do feel like, if we go back to show notes, that I do feel like it's a thing that, mind you, I want to give you a question first before we see this clip.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the fact that, let's say it was me.
Sure.
Let's say it was.
I don't know this man. I don't want anything to do with this man, and I hope he goes to prison.
Actually, we do not have a podcast together. None of this makes
I'm
sense.
deleting the entire channel.
No, but imagine a good friend of yours.
Yeah.
Goes around and then does this stuff to a party. You can't, to not bring down the vibe of the whole party. You're not gonna sit there and just go out amok.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit. What the fuck are you doing, bro? But what you would do is pull him to the side.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you should stop drinking, or maybe you should take a drill.
Maybe you should just stop.
or maybe go home.
Yeah.
I'll-
home.
Yeah, I'll get an
actually,
Uber for
go
you
home.
right now, or something like that, right? If he's blackout drunk. So
I mean, even honestly, if I had a friend that was super misbehaving, I would probably hope. Again, I would hope because I haven't been in this situation, but I would hope that I went up and I'm having the party. I went up to the guy or girl, whoever, being like, "Yo, either you stop or you leave."
But I don't feel like you would when you're drunk. I know when you're how you.
No, but there are lines.
There are lines.
That's
Definitely.
what I'm saying. There are
100%.
lines. Like if I, and also I think it heavily depends on obviously a lot of things. It's a complicated situation in the sense that
Everyone's drunk. Everyone's having a good time.
Yeah,
Some stuff
but
happens here and there.
if I see even whoever, no, it doesn't have to be.
If you see me dry humping someone, I feel you should fucking take me like this. Pull me the
that's
fuck
what
away.
I mean. If I see you drive humping one of my friends,
Yeah, that I don't know.
that you don't know, I would be
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, what the fuck?
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
You either
100%.
stop that or you go home. Like I would do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'd hope I'd do that, but I don't.
I think how I would do it I think we would do it the same way, where I would be joking it off and then taking you, and I'll pull you to the side.
Yeah, I mean, that
and then
could
I'll
be a
pull you to
thing,
the side and say, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Come on,
Maybe.
get your shit together, especially on stream. You can't do it on stream.
Which is even crazier. It's
Exactly.
very well documented that you're just being fucking.
Exactly. That's why I told you, imagine the anxiety you had the day after of watching multiple clips
I don't
of him
even
dry humping everyone.
Honestly, it's not. I don't even. I think he fully knows that it's GG.
Yeah, oh, he does.
He fully knows.
He
it.
does.
He's like, yep, that's it. That's my career.
I mean, his career did kind of go out the window.
Well, yeah,
he can definitely come back in the future, but
no, he can come back to playing Smash. He's not gonna get.
no, I think he could stream in the future and then have some form of sustainable living, right?
Sure, he can stream. But if he wants to do competitively for an org, he can't get that. There's no way. No org's ever gonna sign him again.
Yeah, I mean, deserved, to be honest. And I'm saying this quite frankly, just because of the fact that if you're doing that, especially as someone, he's allegedly, he said it himself, so I'm not really sure, but he said he's probably an alcoholic. He's been so for 10 years. He's dealt with being blackout drunk multiple times.
100%. I mean,
so you kind of know where the lines are.
They talk about it in the yard all the time.
Exactly.
It's been kind of well known that he has had.
He's a crazy drunk. But like in the fun way.
He's had a thing for alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like that kind of the fun drunk friend who's
Yeah.
like always crazy when he's drunk.
That's probably
Does
what he was.
Crazy
Like
shit.
that's probably what he 99% of the time is. But like, there's always the like, because if you keep drinking and it becomes a problem, I feel like something pushes. Like every time you get drunk, something else pushes.
Yeah.
If you don't take breaks, I think that's the part. If you're very continuously drinking,
But that's what he's been doing for a long time though.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's gonna break over. You're gonna be too comfortable in doing something you shouldn't be doing. And
around the people that you don't know.
Exactly.
I think the biggest contrast is the fact that it's not in his circle.
Yeah, because if he did it to Ludwig, I'm pretty sure Ludwig would.
Yeah, Ludwig stood there multiple times where he got humped and he was like,
and that's obviously also a very big difference. One thing is people who don't know.
Yeah.
Another thing is
Good friends.
Good friends, but even if I did that to one of my friends that aren't men, I would still see that as super weird.
I mean, dry humping consistently to a party everywhere is just weird.
That is just
it's not even funny.
No, you're right. It's not. There's actually nothing funny about it.
Exactly.
Also, just from the whole clip we watched, none of them. Because I mean, I hated the comment. They were laughing. It's very clear, like the anxious laugh of like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? And I will give it to what's her name, Extra Emily, I think.
Yeah,
she's very good at handling shit situations by laughing it off and being positive.
Yeah,
she's kind of known
Which
for
I think
that.
Sometimes, do you think that's the best way to do it?
It depends. Not as
Yes,
if I was a woman, I
but-
wouldn't.
No, you'd be like,
But as a man,
get
I
the
would.
fuck out of my face.
Yeah, because a woman can be in way more like scary situations where
100%.
it could be it's misinterpreted so fucking fast by some incel, so it could go wrong very fast.
I could imagine that's also something that, because like, I mean, even though they don't know Mang0 personally on like a close level, they still know Mang0.
They know of him.
Right.
And they probably met him before, but they're not friends.
No,
close friends.
exactly.
They're streamer related.
But it's still weird to think about. Like, you're at a streamer party where everyone has followers and everyone has careers, and your career is being there, and there's a whole thing. Whereas if we go to a party, none of these motherfuckers, if they did some shit, their job wouldn't find out.
Exactly.
There you know.
No, yeah. It's only your social credibility within that party that might get damaged, but not even.
Yeah. You get dumped from a friend group, but you're not gonna get like losing your job.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking insane.
I mean, he lost his main income, which was C9, right?
I could imagine. Does he stream? I don't know.
He does stream under the C9 tag, but imagine being a part of an org for a decade. Like, that's part of your identity.
Yeah. I mean, how long has he not even been around for?
They've been around since early. I want to say Warcraft 3.
They did not do Warcraft 3.
No, but they're under another name.
They might have done StarCraft.
Yeah, but another name.
Cloud9 creation. That's not the right word, but creating an environment with AWS Cloud9.
What?
Wait, there's a fucking Amazon web service. That's Cloud9. That's funny. Cloud9 Esports. If I was Jack Etienne, I think that's the founder.
Yeah.
Oh, it is actually
13.
Jack Etienne.
It is, but
2013.
In his recent tweet, he did say that conversation with Jack was hard because Jack personally called him.
No, Jack is the guy. I mean, even from the Valorant stuff I watch, like he's still in.
Oh, he's very in
in
the whole thing.
I mean,
Cloud9 is a big org.
All of the orgs are.
All of the CEOs of the orgs.
Yeah, they're actually pretty big into it.
I feel like there's some orgs that just have like hidden CEOs.
Oh, obviously they are.
Yeah.
But like, okay, Sentinels, they got Rob.
Sentinels is not that big of an org.
It's
okay, not big, sorry, but it's not that historic.
No,
it's very new.
Cloud9 is arguably the most historic org. To me at least.
I'm thinking about the one I know. TSM.
Fact. Okay, fair.
TSM.
Fair. Cloud9 and TSM. But I do put those in the same pedestal. Like
they are
the same to me.
They're like the OGs of when esport popped off.
100%. And Sentinels are newer, sure. But like 100 Thieves, I'm just talking CEOs that are visible. 100 Thieves and Sentinels both have very visible CEOs. I understand that.
There's that one guy who's also a CEO who's like a Tate supporter and a weirdo most of the time. What the fuck is his name? It's some org that's substantially it's pretty big, but he just has bad takes on Twitter all the time.
It must be CS.
No. It's
Valorant.
Valorant as well.
I feel
But it's some
like
time
we're-
ago. He might have been let go when that shit happened.
Oh, that was
I'm not
G2.
sure.
No, G2.
Is it G2?
Yeah,
the guy who just kept saying weird
No,
shit.
no. He's very far gone. He's very far gone. No, that's G2. But that was before I ever joined the whole esports thing.
Yeah, I remember that whole controversy.
I've heard about it. I mean, G2 is an NA team now. Like,
Yeah, it used to be EU, right?
it still is.
Oh, the parent company's EU.
No, it is EU and everything, but Valorant, because they bought their spot in the league
Right.
from like the guard, the whole thing. I don't
And he
know
was
that.
the leader for that, or the whatever.
He's the
manager.
CEO, I think.
He couldn't be the CEO of a subsidiary in America.
Oh no, I
If
mean
it's an EU
I mean for
entity?
G2, no, it's still EU. They just are in the Americas playing.
Oh, so it's an
Valorant.
American company.
No, it's. I'm assuming it's a European company. They played all their esports in EU, but they bought their slot in NA Valorant.
Right.
because
I'm talking about that guy, whether or not he was the CEO of all of G2.
I'm pretty sure the guy with the racist, misogynistic.
Did he say
jokes-
racist stuff? Or just say allegedly?
Allegedly. I don't even know his name is.
I don't even know his name either.
I don't even know
I
his
just remember him supporting his hate or some shit.
Yeah.
After all the wild
That
takes
guy,
he had.
either way, I'm pretty sure he's fucking
Yeah.
European.
He can fuck
And
off.
yeah, exactly. He can fuck off. And he did. He did
Yeah,
fuck off.
he did.
He's not here anymore. We had a clip that we wanted to check out.
Yeah.
Not-
Wait. I have to do.
Oh, you have more?
I have more. So the
Killing
last thing
me.
I do want to point out before we see this clip is the fact people blame Ludwig for the fact that he did egg him on, and he's a close friend of his.
Oh, he did.
He did. He egged him on with like, I have to take a shot. Where's Mang0? Oh shit, I have to drink this. And then you know the what's it called the alcohol monitor meter thing.
Oh, the alcometer.
alcometer.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
That, in Danish, that's what we call it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. I think it's called something else in English or whatever.
Probably.
So the
The
alcometer.
breathalyzer.
The breathalyzer. There it is.
American.
Lock it in. Let's
America
go.
coming in.
So he did the breathalyzer thing, and then he said, "And Mang0 just hit a 3.0." Yeah, that was
That's a
crazy.
lot.
But he did it right after shot. Usually you have to wait 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But like he made it a thing.
Sure.
So egging him on pretty much does make sense in this situation. And then there's this clip as well.
Do you, give me some oomph.
And let's go to the clip.
Is like an alcoholic. Mang0 can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers. He's a machine of a
He
man.
said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000.
Is this event enabling him?
He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
We got a new PB! Guys, Mang0 just blew a .25!
Mang0 just blew a .32.
Hey, everybody! Mang0 just blew a .32!
To be clear, that is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good. That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
Oh,
shit. Everybody, get your second race ready to go!
Wait, do we have to... Oh, sorry. Sorry, I thought you were Mang0. I got confused.
Oh, fucking me. You just fucked me from behind. Get off me. Oh my god. He thrust so nicely.
We're back.
We're back. It is hard. No, I'm cutting it. It is hard. It is very difficult when you're like, because I mean, if we were out and you were really drunk, and you were like, we had a breathalyzer, it would be like we would.
It'll be funny.
We would make kind of a game out of it too.
Yeah,
Always not to get
definitely.
too drunk. You
Yeah.
don't want to fucking die. But like,
But I do see a little bit of the point that, again, if it happened to you or it happened to me,
Yeah.
I know that I would have pulled you aside and been like, "Hey," as soon as I see you
mean,
like doing
I'm-
something wrong,
I mean,
the first hump.
at the end of the day, I'd hope so. Like,
Yeah.
you want your friends to be able to do that with.
Exactly, and also it's front of stream. Like the careers are at stake. Everything's
Yeah,
at stake.
everything's
It's
at
not
stake.
even social status only and whatever.
No.
So I do see the point, but there was one. Afterwards, I saw the video that Ludwig made on his React channel, where he saw it the day after, and he was like, someone asked him in chat, like, "Do you feel any sort of responsibility and stuff?" Or not? You know, the comment said, or the chatter said, "You killed Mang0 when he was dropped from Z9," and then he was like, "I don't know if you're memeing or not, but I feel zero guilt."
Okay.
And that surprised me a bit, but I do see the point.
I actually do agree with Ludwig.
Yeah, I do agree logically, and I do agree wholeheartedly. But after seeing the whole egg on thing, I would feel bad personally myself if that was me. just because it's like, oh shit, we're making a game out of it like we usually do. We
No, but that's the thing. Being drunk doesn't have to equate to being inappropriate.
Definitely
in
not.
ways- Like,
no,
and I'm
no.
100% think that's what he like. That's what going through Ludwig's mind.
Yeah.
Is that like I'm not responsible for his actions,
Yeah, he's
even
an
though he was
adult.
drunk and even though we're having fun and like being drunk and crazy. We've all had that,
Yeah.
and none of us have been inappropriate in any sort of way like that. You know what I mean?
Right. But
I can egg you on like, yeah, get another shot, man. Yeah, go crazy. In my head, I'm like, oh, he's gonna touch women. You know?
oh shit, I might have to stop him if
Yeah,
he just goes
I might
too
have
far
to
on the
stop
line.
because he goes inappropriate. Like, no, you ideally don't have that with your friends.
Of course,
You
of
know?
course. What I'm saying is,
Plus, like, Mang0
So-
has a kid and a family. Like I don't know. There's like there are many reasons why I would.
it shouldn't even have happened.
No, but also why Ludwig would never think that would happen. No, right?
No, but that's I'm not saying he should have predicted it.
No.
Not at all.
But you can't.
And
Like,
Mang0 at the end of the day, grown man, adult.
Yes.
Figure out your own shit.
30
Whatever you do.
fucking 5.
Yeah, it's your own responsibility. Like the fuck out of here, right? It's your own responsibility. But if we did egg each other on and see, okay, you're becoming drunk. Like and we're on stream from different fucking angles and different streams.
Even if we're not on stream, let's just take this away from the stream.
Yeah, okay. Even if we're not on stream, then I'll be like, okay, I'll keep an eye out, but I'm also drunk as fuck myself.
Yeah,
I'm not keep an eye. And the first time I see you doing something that I would know that you would not like tomorrow when you wake up, I would say, hey, bro, me drunk as fuck. Hey, man, you shouldn't be doing that, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And like, I think another thing would be maybe he just didn't see it.
He did though. There's a clip of
I
him.
mean, I haven't.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it. But
That's what I said earlier. There was a clip of him acknowledging it.
Okay.
But of course, it's in front of stream. He doesn't want to make a big fuss.
Yeah.
So he Connor was like jokingly, hey, come on, man. Don't stop doing that.
Don't do that,
Yeah. Where he actively stops him from doing weird shit. And then he thought, maybe in Ludwig's head, I could see, okay, I stopped him. Maybe he's going to stop now. He's not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then he just kept dry humping everyone and everybody.
Yeah.
All in all,
Don't grind women's faces.
Don't be the guy in a party where everyone's chilling and just goes around. like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you because that is ridiculous.
Because at least if it was a funny joke, anything funny, but it was inappropriate, it could be our. You couldn't.
No, I mean, if you're doing it to the homies, there's a big difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I went up to you and like took you from behind and did this,
I would feel violated in every possible way. But like, yeah, it's funny.
You'd feel violated, and I'd think it's funny that you feel violated because fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why male consent is also important, guys.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer: male consent is important.
No, but yeah, crazy shit.
I don't know. It is, but it is wild to imagine a guy that I mean, I don't know a lot about Mang0, but like through the yard, I've heard enough about him to like I knew he existed and like was aware of his presence, and now he's gone.
Aware of his presence on
and
Earth.
now he's fucking gone. No, there's so many people you're not aware of the presence. That's fact.
That's true.
We're 8 point something billion people. You
Facts.
don't know 99.9% of them.
Facts. You don't feel the presence until you see them somewhere. That's true.
Or like know of them. There could be a guy in
Switzerland.
fucking Mongolia. Who's the chillest dude on
Who's a
Earth?
CS nerd and could become the next superstar.
Well, I mean, they did that, didn't they? Did they win?
They did not win. They were in the finals.
That's what I mean.
don't know. I'm
That's
not
what
going to
I
talk on
mean.
it.
Did they win? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was too busy watching Valorant.
Valorant. We'll get to that. But there's
We
one
do-
last thing that did happen. Mang0 basically, after all of this shit,
Yes.
let's wrap this fucking segment up. He basically said 4 different Twitter posts about how sorry he is, how he's going to own the responsibility.
I saw the big one, the
Yeah.
one where he's like, "I'm gonna go to rehab. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
help."
And it's a fair apology. Go do your shit, man.
No,
Work on
that-
yourself.
That's genuinely a good thing.
Yeah, go work on yourself, man. Get better. And then, funny enough, his wife decides to, hey, let's just pop the fuck off. Let's just crash out right now.
Yeah. Okay. What is that about? 'Cause
Yeah,
I saw
I-
that on the show notes, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know about this, by the way. But she
So,
deleted her account right after this.
Big
apparently.
Eagles fan, but since I'm not bound by shit as a civilian, quote unquote, at Ludwig, I fucking watched your stream, you on stream, asking for Mang0 to take shots. Of course, your little teeny bobber viewer bitch ass wants to pretend that never happened. People were vomiting at your event, and you never once decided to pull.
The plug, I would guess.
I'm assuming, yeah. Hope you enjoy your grace for banning Mang0 while encouraging him to get fucking wasted. Fuck you, Lud. Word for word. I need to do a shot. Where's Mang0?
I see the frustration, but no, it's not warranted.
I understand her point, but I don't think like nonetheless that doesn't warrant what like the behavior.
Not at all. Not at all.
Because again, you can egg on friends and have a good time.
Yeah.
And maybe that's us being ignorant. I don't know if maybe that is like us being willfully ignorant.
What do you mean about what?
About like just how we have like party, you know?
No, I think Danish parties are as crazy as how many times have I seen dudes do the weirdest fucking shit at parties?
Okay,
I'm talking about high school.
Yeah,
mostly.
I don't think I've never witnessed any crazy things.
At the end of the day, you never don't touch someone you don't know.
Obviously, like you don't.
So
want,
easy.
You don't want that shit to happen to you. Like no one wants to be touched by someone they don't know or don't feel comfortable being touched by. So don't do that shit to other people. It's very simple. It's actually super simple.
Very simple.
It's
like
very
math.
simple.
It's
yeah.
math.
Yeah, it's straight math. 1 + 1 = 2.
Facts.
I think.
But but the thing the worst thing that happened in high school that I've seen, he went up and grinded on a woman on the dance floor, right?
Sure.
Of the party in the living room.
Yeah.
And then she moved away.
Okay.
And he kept doing it. Moved away. Kept doing it. Moved away.
He was grinding on her?
No, she was dancing, and then he goes up to like try.
Like, what's up?
Yeah, he's trying to do it. What's up?
What you
and she's
doing?
like, no. And then he goes, let me try again.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? And no.
But if she had dated a nice guy beforehand, it would have been fine.
She doesn't know how funny I am.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't like... Dude, nice guys always finish last. Shut the
But
fuck
he kept
up.
doing that to the point where she just started to scream, like, fuck Amanda! Like,
just get
fuck off.
Like, fuck off.
She wrote, she just said fuck off in
Honestly,
Danish.
good for her.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
She clicked, and she was a good friend in the friend circle that was hosting the party that I was part of. And we're like, what does this nigga do? What does he do? Who is he? And then she said everything.
Out of here.
We took his ass out.
Yeah, get the
He
fuck
got
out. Yeah.
So that's the worst thing that I've seen.
It's the whole... but I think there's a lot of like dating, which is difficult.
Dating?
Not dating as in like...
Oh, you mean trying to score at a party?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I don't like not knowing. We talked about this in the last
in the dating episode, the Tinder episode.
Exactly. Like and I was like, I'd like to know beforehand because I don't want to step any boundaries. You know?
Yeah, but that's why I am discreet with it. I never push a boundary unless I see the boundary being pulled by her. She's going like this, I'm going like this.
But I'm still doubting. I will always still be doubting because like I don't want to.
That's good. That's healthy. That's better than doing the opposite.
100%. 100%. But it also does remove you from like opportunities in a sense.
All right, you want to segue us into the next one?
I want to segue us into the next one. I mean, that whole thing was scary as fuck.
Talking about being scared.
Talk about doing scary things on camera. We're about to do one. No, actually, Wade came up with this very interesting idea. And mind you, as someone who's talked a lot about CREEPYPASTA and like creepypastas, I did not come up with this at all. It was fully Wade's idea. He was like, I have a great idea. Let's do it on Thursday. And I was like, yeah, sure. Whatever it is. And he has fucking, to his credit, printed on physical paper. He hates the rainforest. That's how much we're here. You know?
Fuck nature.
Yep, he said that. Yeah, no, actually, fact. But no, we printed out. Well, he printed out a Reddit story for us to read.
Because I think it would be good to try, especially when we did improv.
It would be fun. We did improv.
We did
improv.
improv.
Thing.
So it could be nice to like, you know what? We're gonna try our acting chops and you know our spooky, scary reading.
Spooky, scary skeletons, mixers down my spine.
We're gonna try to see if we can do this.
Seriously?
No, not seriously.
I mean,
no, actually, seriously, yeah.
I mean, we're gonna try. Okay, so we're reading a horror story called "I Slept at My Friend's House and We Weren't Allowed to Leave the Bedroom After 9 p.m."
Okay, what we'll do...
soon found out. Wow, there's a long title, man. Let me fucking read it. Holy shit.
You're still doing the title.
I'm still doing the title.
That's not bad.
I'm only waffling.
I was gonna say that what we're gonna do is I'll be the main reader.
Yes, you're gonna be the narrator.
Yeah, and you'll be the sound effects guy.
Yeah, and
voice
just
lines.
other people.
Yeah.
You read the story?
No, only I skimmed through it.
Okay, is there more than one person that I have to take care of?
No, I don't think so. We're not gonna go through all of it. We're gonna go through.
I mean, we'll see. How long it takes?
Yeah,
ideally, because we got. If it takes half an hour, we're good.
Get ready to get
spooked. Ooh, I'm gonna read a scary story.
All right.
Are we ready? Okay,
So main title is, I'll just say it again. Just to,
give it to me.
I slept at my friend's house and we weren't allowed to leave the bedroom after 9 p.m. I soon found out why. We had been friends for 13 years, and in those years I had not slept at his house. Not once slept at his house. So why the sudden invite? I asked.
Yep.
I said,
Just a quick disclaimer: none of us can read.
yeah,
It's kind of a problem.
I have a
honestly.
reading disability thing.
Don't be fucking all dyslexia, whatever.
I settled the duffel on my shoulder, and he held the door.
My parents are going out.
He said, and the words came out of his. Okay, whoa.
Okay,
I have
can
to
we like
recalibrate.
zero in real quick?
Let
need
me
you
let me
to
lock
zero
in. Let me lock in.
If not, we're switching. Transformers, robots in the
This
skies.
guy's
I thought it was the sky when I was younger, but yeah.
locked in. So we're
The house was not a humble abode.
The house was not a humble abode. It was a great white clapboard house that stood on the land as if it had been there forever, and the town had grown around it. Old oaks stood guard over the grounds, and their shadows fell across the yard. Inside the house, there was a smell of old wood and polish and something more besides, a smell like turned earth after rain. His mother was a woman built of small bones, and she carried a frantic smile that did not touch her eyes. She moved about the dim rooms with a nervous energy. You need to do the sound effect, man.
I mean, I didn't. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Log in, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Asking of drinks and of snacks. His father sat in a leather chair, and he did not speak. He was a large man whose eyes were dark and still, and they followed us as we passed. I heard his mother whisper words to him, urgent and low, but I could not make them out. At 7 o'clock, his parents left. So, what's the plan? I asked. I dropped my bag on the floor of his room. The room was a small island of ordinary things in the house, with its posters and its rumpled bed and console set before the television. It was the only place that did not feel as it belonged to the dead.
Pizza, video games, the usual.
Leo said. He knelt and woke the machine. He moved with a forced calm, but I saw the cording in his neck. We ate the pizza and played games, and for a time I did not think of the house or the silence that coiled in other rooms. For a time, it was only the two of us and the sound from the screens. Then near to 9, he paused the game.
Hey, man.
He said. He would not look at me, but worked the controller in his hands.
There's just one weird rule that my parents have.
Weird rule?
Yeah.
Oh, he raised his head, and his eyes were as serious as stone.
After 9 p.m., we have to be in here, in the bedroom. We can't leave, not for anything. Not the bathroom, not for a drink, nothing. The door stays closed until sunrise.
I stared at his face.
The fuck?
I looked for the jest that was not there. Flip the page.
Yep. You don't have to mention that.
The laugh I had in my throat died there. Dude, that's insane. Why? He shrugged his shoulders, but the motion was counterfeit.
They're just super weird about security. Old house, you know. They think it's drafty.
Drafty. I knew that.
Drafty?
Drafty? I knew he was lying. I just didn't know why. Downstairs, a clock began to chime the hour, and his head snapped towards the door.
Boom, boom, boom.
He was on his feet before the 9th bell had sounded its note. He crossed the room and closed the door. He slid a heavy bolt of steel into its housing, and the sound it made was final.
There.
He said. A sweat had bloomed on his brow, and his breath out of the word.
We're good.
Leo, what the fuck is going on? I demanded.
Nothing, man. Just a weird rule.
He said. He would not look at the door. He turned up the sound of the game until it was a roar in the small room. But I didn't see the game. I saw only the bolted door, and I felt a coldness take root in my gut. The house was quiet again, but it was not the same quiet. This was a listening quiet, a waiting quiet. And in the dark heart of the house, something waited. And we were locked in that room and waiting for it. An hour passed, and there was no sound from the house. The fear went out of Leo slowly, and he played the game with a faint calm that did not sit right with him. We played on in the silence, and the vexation in me grew to the foolishness of it all. You really need to tell your parents that this is a certifiable way to raise a fucking serial killer, I said. He gave back a fake smile.
Tell me about it.
What's that? Oh, wait. Then came a sound from the rooms below. It was soft and measured thumping on the boards of the main hall. What's that? What's that? I whispered. Leo played on. He stared He stared at the screen and his fingers worked the buttons as if he did not hear. It's nothing. Oh.
It's nothing. It's the house setting.
That's not the house settling, Leo. The sound ceased in the quiet. I could hear the blood in my own ears. Then there came a new sound, which was a dragging sound, a scraping of some great weight across the wood floor beneath us, as of a heavy thing with broken feet. I muted the television. Okay, that's definitely not the house, I said. Yep. What is it? What goes away? Before he could answer, it spoke. The voice came from the hallway, faint at first, on the other side of the door.
Leo, honey?
I did not move. The voice was his mother's voice.
Leo, sweetheart, your father and I came home early. I bought you by some warm cookies. Open the door.
I looked at Leo and saw a boy cast in tallow. He stared at the door as if it was the gate of hell itself, and he raised a trembling finger to his lips and shook his head. Don't. That's you. Oh
no,
Leo, that's your mom.
Don't be silly, sweetie. We're inside.
The voice said. It was just outside the door now.
I just baked your favorite chocolate chip cookies. They're getting cold.
The scraping from below had stopped. There's only the sweet persuasion of the voice in the silent house. But the voice was wrong. There was a terrible perfection in the sound, like a memory of a voice, and not the voice itself. Then came the knocking. It was a soft and wet sound on the far side of the door, as if a piece of meat was striking the wood. You just plop your fucking table.
Liam, are you boys all right in there? You're being awfully quiet.
Leo, I mouthed. Oh, ew. I mouthed, but no sound came. He sat upon the floor like a man made of stone, his eyes wide with a plea that had no words. He looked like something trapped. The knob of the door turned, once to the left, once to the right. Then it began to rattle, its fitting with a growing violence.
Boys, this isn't funny,
the voice said. The sweetness broke in it. Then this guy cannot write.
The sweetness broke in it. Then it was replaced with hard and ragged edge. Open the door.
Yeah. A great blow.
Open the door.
That's what it open the door.
I don't know. I kind of feel like with
like
a
a
ragged
ragged?
edge. Yeah. Open the door.
A great blow struck the door, and the frame of it groaned in the wall. I scrambled away from it in my hands and feet until my back was against the far wall of the room. The voice changed. It spoke again, and the voice was a ruin.
I know you're in there.
I know you're in there.
I can't do that.
You can do a gut voice.
I know you're in there.
Yeah.
Okay, fair, we're doing
There you go. The wet tapping began again. Faster now and frantic. With it came a thin and keening whine. Just the fucking cat outside.
What is it? what is the keening whine? What am I supposed to do with that?
That's not a whine, that's a scream.
Exactly.
A sound like wind through a crack in the world. And from the dark gap beneath the door, a black viscous fluid began
A black viscous fluid.
Viscous fluid began to seep into the room. It was thick as oil, and it carried the smell of the grave, of wet soil and things that rot in the earth. Leo moved. He crawled to the bed and pulled the blankets over him. It became a small, shuddering shape in the dim room. He had gone into his own darkness.
Honestly, like, can we take like a short break of like
please.
This is so fucked.
What's fucked? Oh, the story is out?
You're at a friend's house, right? You're at a friend's house. You're hanging out. You're playing video games. You're having fun. And your friend turns to you like, hey, by the way, quick rule. At 9 p.m., we got to chill for a little bit. You know, lock the door. Don't go outside.
Don't do anything.
If you got to pee, do it beforehand because we can't leave the room.
Yeah,
okay?
or like piss in this bottle.
And you're like, That's fucking weird, but okay. Whatever. And then a fucking demon shows up like, hey, Leo, what are you doing here, buddy?
You know what it sounds like? That trope of, what is it called? You know, the Native American monster that copies people and becomes them. What is it called? It's like that. Wendigoon.
No, but that doesn't copy people.
No, and
the Wendigoon is a Native American or Mexican, maybe.
They do. They're like in the forest, and then they yell out with the voice of some loved one.
It's called something, but that is a very good question that I should know because I watch a lot of.
You watch a lot of that. I'm pretty fucking sure it's a Wendigoon.
No, it's not. It's not.
What's a Wendigoon then?
It's like the Wendigoon is like the almost wolf-ish monster.
Yeah, but that's the real form.
No, I mean they're called. Oh, what are they called, dude? Let's ask our best friend, Mr. GBT. What is the creature / horror story monster that steals voices
and copies like looks?
No, but it's this custom monster. It is called it's not an alien species. Ursula. No,
it's just taking every.
It does it. Okay, it does it.
Oh, it's not Wendigoon. That's the YouTuber. It's Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo. Okay, I was thinking of Skinwalkers, the Navajo legend.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, you're thinking of Skinwalkers.
True.
Because the Wendigo is, I think, Middle American, but whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you are thinking Skinwalkers.
Yeah,
they're the ones that like
they shapeshift.
Not really.
Because they can act like your mom, but they like the weird part, like creepy, scary version of it.
Yeah,
and then they lure you in, and then you.
Exactly. Because I remember the story where like they could only learn from hearing you say things. So like they would knock on the door of this cabin where this guy was stuck, and he would like be like, "Who is that?" And then they would repeat that shit to him in his voice.
Have you seen the show that does that?
No, maybe.
Oh, you haven't.
I don't think I have. I mean, maybe I have. I've seen a lot of shit, but I can't remember
it. Pisses me off that I don't remember the fucking name.
Okay, we can continue reading. It was just.
Should we? Okay, should we finish the story though? Because I feel like it's a good to be continued moment right there.
Right there.
Yeah, because they just found out like.
But there's like nothing left.
Yo, what do you mean?
There's like
4 more pages left.
6 more pages.
That's all.
I mean, sure. If you're a bitch boy.
What do you mean? That's a good to be continued.
You want to? Oh, fine. To be continued.
Okay, if you're gonna be down about it, we can do it.
No, I think this is fun.
You think this is fun?
Yeah, I think this is a lot of fun.
Okay, I
was so down. I'm kind of. I honestly just kind of want to know what happens.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But like, I want to know what happens. I don't give a shit about them.
Well, you can read it on your off time.
Fuck you. That's not as fun.
Okay. Fuck it. Should we do it?
Yeah. Right. No, I think we should. And fuck it. If this is a longer episode, I'm.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know.
So it's the next page. So I kept my back to the far wall and I watched the door. My breath was small and panicked thing in my throat. On the bed, Leo was trembling, not of blankets and fear. For me, this was a night's journey into the darkness. For him, it was a place that he lived.
Which is crazy.
A fool's curiosity, which has been my ruin more than once, warred with the terror. A need to the shape of the things that hunted us. A dreadful truth was better than not knowing. I went forward on my stock-hinged feet, and old Boris did not whisper.
Liam, no.
Came a voice from the bed, muffled by the cloth.
Don't look. I'm trying.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this situation. But I would look. I knelt upon the floor, and the reek of the grave was stronger. I lowered my head to the cold brass of the keyhole. At first, there was only the dim hall and the moonlight that fell in a pale blade from the window at its end. Then it stepped into the narrow view. It was not a man, nor was it beast. It was a thing that was...
Slender, man.
Yeah, no, it was more like... I kind of sounded like Martin Luther King there. It was not a man or a beast.
It was not a man or a beast. A unity for all.
It was a thing that was built of sticks and of shadow, impossibly tall and thin. Its limbs were limbs of a winter tree, T-pose, and its body was a gyre of dust and night that had no true form.
I mean, it's literally just fiddlesticks from League of Legends.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm visioning.
It wore his mother's floral apron. The clothes stretched over the hollow space where the chest should be. It wore his father's hunting cap, set upon the head as it was only a clot of moving dark. It had no face, only void.
Okay, so not fiddlesticks. Conclusion.
In one of its twig-like hands, it held a picture I had seen on the wall, a portrait of the family. It held this picture before the void where its face should be, and it wore the smile of Leo's mother for its own. From its body, it put forth a long and blackened twig of an arm, and it tapped upon the door.
Thump, thump, thump.
I threw myself back from the door and clapped a hand to the mouth to keep the gorge from rising. My mind could not hold the shape of what I had seen. There was no creature that had entered this house. This was the house itself, a parasite that wore the skeleton keepsakes of the dead or of the soon-to-be dead for its raiment. From the door, a new voice whispered, and the blood in me went to ice.
Liam, why are you hiding in there? Your mother is so worried about you.
It was my own mother's voice. Perfect. The voice she used when I was a child and sick with fever. The call to supper for my life I would not see again.
It'd be terrifying. Actually terrifying.
Actually. A wave of homesickness and of a horror washed over me for I wanted to be home and I was not. And the thing in the hall gave a low chuckle. That was the sound of dry leaves scuttling on a stone walk. I knew it had found the part of me that was soft.
Let me in, Liam.
My mother's voice whispered, a sound of love and of a poison.
I've come to take you home.
I fell back to the wall and slid to the floor, and I felt the heat of shame in my thighs, where my body. Yeah, that's heat of shame. That's the first time I've heard that.
I mean, I know this guy is like,
he's trying to be Shakespearean.
Too hard. Yeah, too hard of like the comparisons and like the mixings of words and connotations. It's just calm down, buddy.
Yeah, it's too much poetry.
Yeah, it is too much poetry. It kind of distracts, honestly.
Yeah. And I felt the heat of the shame in my thighs where my body had betrayed me. I looked at the trembling shape on the bed. The bottle had offered. It had not been a joke. It had not been a rule by kindness, a tool for survival, for he knew it all. You see, that's so...
Like, I'm honestly a little lost. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little lost.
Because too many metaphors.
Yeah,
metaphors are good,
honestly,
but not every fucking sentence. No. The hour passed in the room, and the thing outside did not cease its siege. It spoke in the voices of the living and of those I could not know. A gallery of ghosts at the door. It offered warmth and food. It promised me an end to the long night. And all the while it scraped at the wood with a patience that was a madness to hear. We're at page 5.
Yeah, I don't have page 5. Oh, wait, no, it's just behind page 6. Okay, fine.
Oh, shit, I fucked with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fair.
Yeah, I was past. Yeah, go ahead.
So
I was like reading, like, what are you saying?
Production value is low here, okay?
That's fine. Hey, none of us get paid.
The fear had burned away in my head, in me, and left a hard and bitter anger. I was angry at the thing in the hall and the people who had built for it a cage and called it a home. And I was angry at the boy who hid in his blankets and would not speak. Hours passed. Oh, Leo, I said.
That's you, bitch.
My voice was a dry croak in my throat. Leo, wake up. A shape stirred in the bed. He looked out from the pale fortress of his sheets and his eyes were raw with fear.
Is it gone?
Yeah, no, director coming in. You have to sound fucking terrified.
Is it gone? Is it gone?
Is it gone? There we go.
No, I gotta whisper.
Oh yeah, true. No, it's not gone, I said. I need to know what this is. No more. No, now. No more lies. What is this thing?
That's me flinching.
He flinched from the sound of my voice. He sat up in the bed and hugged his knees to his chest and would not look at me. That's actually you.
I don't know what it is.
He mumbled to the door.
We just call it the Nightman. It's always been here. As long as my family has.
Pause. Out of all the fucking cool names you could come up with, Nightman is a shit name.
Nightman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like some fucking 1980s Batman villain, you know?
Exactly.
The Nightman.
That is so shit. We call it the Boogeyman.
The Nightman. He's come on the other night, and it's fucking scary.
Wait, a Scottish Batman could actually hit.
Oi, lad!
No, what the fuck are you on, laddie?
What are you fun like? If you don't ring
Where is it?
Where is it, lad? Where is it?
Where's the fucking Guinness?
Where's the pint? Where's the Guinness? Lad, where's the pub? I need to find the pub. Oh shit. There's dynamite in the pub. I have to find it. Defuse the bomb.
You're fucking wee lad. Come on, give it.
I lost track.
Yeah, let's see the track. Where were we at?
He flinched the sound of my voice. He sat up in the bed, hugged his knees.
Yeah, a Nightman, right after that. Okay, the story we're at. The story came out of him then. A broken telling in the dark. His great-great-grandfather had built this house upon unhallowed ground.
Everyone, the same thing.
And from the first night, there was a wrongness in the wood and in the walls. A bargain had been struck in that time, an unspoken covenant with the darkness. The family would have the house by the light of day, but from 9 until dawn, the house was given over to that other.
It gets lonely.
Leo whispered. A tear cut a clean path through his face.
It likes to play. It mimics people. It uses things. It finds to try and make a body for itself.
The apron, the hat, the picture. Sorry, I have to fucking burp.
But it's getting bolder.
He said, and his voice trembled in the small room.
It used to just make noise. Now it tries to get in. The rules were enough before. Stay in your room. Don't look. Don't listen. But now it wants more.
He finally met my eyes, and I saw in them the guilt.
I saw in them the guilt.
It should have been him.
No, I saw in them the eyes.
Oh yeah, true.
Stupid.
A guilt as deep as cold as well. It wants someone new.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, maybe me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
A cold truth settled in my soul, and it wounded me. The sudden invite, the fear in his parents' eyes, the heavy bolt in the door. You brought me here for it?
No. I didn't want to.
The boy's voice broke.
My
voice broke.
My parents. They.
Wait, sorry. My parents.
My parents. They said it was getting too strong. That it wouldn't be satisfied with just them anymore. They said if I had someone new, someone not from the family, maybe it would. No, right.
Maybe it was something.
Fuck me.
Fuck it. Freestyle.
No, you fucked this up. Maybe it would eat my face. Wait, no, actually, 6. We just read 6, no?
No, we just read 5. You have to go to 6.
Yeah. Locked in room, they were listening. Like it cuts.
Yeah. It does cut. I don't know why it does because I printed it out.
Okay.
Locked room, they were listening.
Maybe it would go away.
It would go away. Locked room, and they were listening. They were praying the beast in the hall would choose me. Fucking pause. Shit, family.
Oh, big time.
Bringing out.
But at the same time, you're like either it's us or them, and at a certain point,
you just stay behind the closed door after 9 p.m.
But they're trying to get in. They're trying to break in.
Yeah, but they can't.
I mean, you don't know that.
It just said at night. The house in the ground is this place.
But that's what they said. Like
how strong are the doors?
No, I mean he said there used to be rules, but now clearly there aren't as much rules anymore. Like beforehand, it was like 9 p.m. That was it. You know.
I feel like the subtext there is them getting too creeped out by it.
I mean, maybe they're just like sacrifice his friend. You know, get Jared. I don't know.
Yeah, but they didn't get someone you don't like. Why you're a good friend of years?
Facts, actually.
Locked in the room, they were listening. They were praying that the beast in the hall would choose me. And then the scraping stopped. The whispers died. The house fell into a quiet so profound it was like the earth had stopped its turning. What's happening? I breathed. Leo's eyes grew wide, just like that. From the floor below, a new sound came. The sound of feet on the stairs.
Oh dear.
Heavy, a footfall, and the dragging of a dead weight. Thump, drag, thump, drag. It was not trying to trick us. The game was done. The footsteps ceased outside our door. The silence held for a count of 3. Then a crack like thunder sounded as a great force struck the door. The wood splintered and the deadbolt shrieked in its housing. I think that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, never. It's never done that before.
Leo whimpered.
Oh shit!
He crawled away towards the dark corner of the room. It never tried. Oh,
it's never tried to break down the door.
Crack bang!
I'm trying to whimper. Crack bang! I'm trying to whimper.
The deadbolt was from the frame like a tooth from a jaw. The door swung inward on its hinges with a sad and final groan. And in the blackness of a hall, I saw it. There was no void. It had filled itself. Its body was a terrible congress of things stolen from the house. Floorboards for shins and rusted pipes for arms. Its torso a twisted cage of stair banisters. And within the cage, I saw my own duffel bag, and it pulsed like some dark foreign heart. Its head was the grandfather's clock from the hall. It leaned upon its neck of twisted wood, and the pendulum swung behind the glass face like a wild and frantic eye. From the clock, a voice came. Not one voice, but all of them. A discordant chorus speaking as one.
Time is up.
Ooh, wait, it was nice because there's more voice. We do it at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
Time is up.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
The door swung open in its ruin. This is so fucking amateur, by the way. Keep that in fucking mind.
It's fun though. At the end of the day, it's fucking fun. You know.
The door swung open in its ruined hinges, and the thing assembled from the house bones stepped into the room. Its coming was a grinding of parts, a clicking of old wood and metal, and the air filled with the smell of sawdust. The deep earth of the grave. Leo cried out, a sound of pure terror that was lost in the noise of the thing's advance. A hot and primal fear seized in me. Not of a predator, but of a thing that was wrong in this world. I took up a glass trophy from the desk, and I threw it with all the strength that I had. It struck the face of the grandfather clock, and the glass shattered in a spray of bright shards. The thing reeled back. It made a sound like all the clocks in the world striking some final and calamitous hour at once. It gave us a moment.
A moment for me to turn the page. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I picked the story that's way too long. It's more because this guy just yaps.
Yeah.
Instead of like going to the meat of it.
But I mean, we're missing like what, 2 pages?
Yeah.
Like, we're good. But it is annoying that it cuts something because it does bring you out.
Yeah. Definitely. Into its frame. The thing righted itself. The broken glass of its face caught the moonlight in 1,000 crazed points of light. It came for us. Its arm of rusted pipe raced up to strike. The bed! Help us with the bed! I yelled. Adrenaline found him at last, and he moved. We set our shoulders to the heavy oak bedstead and turned it onto its side and made it... I'm trying to react while reading, and it doesn't work. Made it a poor and flimsy barricade. The creature stumbled into the mattress and its feet, made of chair legs and other things, became tangled in the sheets. It roared, and it began to tear the bird apart with its hands, ripping the guts out onto the floor. We were trapped in the corner of the room with the unyielding window at our backs.
The sun.
And Leo gasped, and his eyes were wild.
It's the only thing. It has to be inside before the sun comes up.
I looked out into the night, and the sky was deep, starless black. We do not have hours. The creature tore itself free of our ruined bed. It came on, slow now, for it knew that we were on our own. It raised a hand made of silverware from the kitchen, the forks, the spoons bound together to make a shining and terrible claw. And then I saw a thing tucked behind his television. It was a high-powered flashlight. At last, a desperate thought came to me. I lunged and took up the cold metal of the flashlight. The thing was upon me. I smelled the dust of its body and saw the brass pendulum swinging in its broken face. I found the switch, and a great pillar of white struck in its full head. It shrieked a sound of pure agony. The light did not burn. The light did not burn it, but it seemed to unmake itself from it. The spoons of its hand clattered to the floor. The spoons of its hand clattered to the floor.
Hands would be the spoons. Right?
A floorboard of its leg split and fell away. The light was poisoned to the thing's very being. It shielded the ruin of its face with its pipe arm, and it stumbled back into the shadows. And in that room began the longest watch of my life. I held the light like a sword, and the beam of it was the only thing that held the creature at bay. Leo huddled behind me and cried out when it scuttled at the edges of the room. We were keepers of light against the great and pressing dark, and the strength of my arm burned away, and the batteries that fueled our light would not last. The creature would lunge, and I would drive it back with the beam, and we would wait and listen to its breathing, and in the shadows, the hours passed this way, in a stalemate between the light and the dark. The beam of the light began to fail. It flickered. It's dying, I gasped.
Just a little longer.
Leo urged, his eyes fixed upon the window.
Just a little longer.
The creature knew it gathered itself in the dark as the beam dimmed to a sad yellow glow, and with its final triumphant roar, it charged.
And then we are missing the big charge. So come up with it. Freestyle. What's the charge?
It charged. No, it charged. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It charged with a very faint beam.
The fuck? What the?
No, the being charged.
No, the fucking thing.
Yeah, the
I'm
thing
gonna
charged.
fucking kill you. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Fuck you guys. Okay.
Me, it's Clockface Pendulum.
Yeah.
And I saw my own face reflected in the arc of the swinging pendulum. Then a single and pure ray of the morning sun pierced the window and touched the creature's back. It froze. A profound stillness came over it. Then it began to come apart. The clock head crumbled to a fine dust. The pipe arms fell from its shoulders and clattered on the footboards. The banisters of its chest unwound. The stolen silver and the splintered wood and my own duffel bag all collapsed into a heap of simple things. In moments, all that was left was this pile of refuse and a thin layer of grey dust that smelled of grave. The sun streamed through the window and filled the ruined room with the light. I lay upon the floor and gasped for breath. Leo wept against the wall. The sun... sound of relief and terror. We had lived.
We had lived. We're alive. We're fucking alive.
We're fucking alive, boy.
Holy.
There were footsteps in the hall, not a monster, but of a man. The door to his parents' room opened. A moment later, they stood in our doorway. They did not look at the ruin of the room, nor at the pile of debris on the floor where the creature had been. They looked at me, and I saw in their faces not relief, nor any gladness.
Yeah.
But only a deep and bottomless disappointment.
Finish it, but I want to fucking roast these guys.
The horror was not ended. I knew that the plan had failed. The sacrifice had not been made, and the thing that was the house would be hungry when the sun fell again. I was the one who got away, and for this, they would never forgive me.
Okay, because you printed the first fucking comment here. They would never forgive you? Hell, they deserve to be sacrificed themselves. They are the ones with the right to forgive or not. That the monster eat them.
Facts.
For trying to sacrifice a child.
But it didn't say...
I do love the second is Fiddlesticks.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. The second comment is Fiddlesticks.
Oh, yeah. It is. But it does sound like Fiddlesticks. It's just a...
No.
Being made of void.
No, the more they described it, it didn't. But like the first couple lines, like sounded like a scarecrow.
But it in my head, I'm seeing a scarecrow where inside of it is the void, the blackness holding it together, and then it's random stuff, but it's a wooden house with wooden stuff.
Yep.
Smooth.
Very. You didn't see that? But no, I mean, yeah. No, I mean, we both said Fiddlesticks, so it makes sense, I guess, that they would also comment that, because that's what we thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
At the end of the day, the story was disappointing, I'm not going to lie. It started out well, and then it became like...
I also... it did, and I think... from hearing and reading a lot of creepypastas, sometimes people just try too hard.
Right. They want to be the author.
Yeah, exactly. They want to sound like... Stephen King, who is like overly expressive and really like details it down, but you really have to get the horror feeling before that whole thing. Yeah, because if not, it just becomes a mumbo jumbo of words. They're like, none of this
exactly. The suspense was lost in all the metaphors and poetry that they tried to put in every sentence.
But before we give them full
hate,
we didn't do a good job. So that's
of reading, of course. But I feel like even if I did read this in my own head and just saw it, I would have gotten bored halfway through.
No, I'm with you. Yeah,
I would have.
It was okay.
But props to the guy.
Actually, yeah, give
props to the guy who made the story. Who is Solar DRXPP1?
Oh, my boy,
the guy,
my dude,
the man himself.
Shout
out to you for trying your shit.
No,
and,
it was not
trying to get better.
It was not bad. No, it was not bad by any means.
The first part of it I loved because of it was going into that Wendigo feeling, skin crawler feeling.
I could imagine skin crawler is just too overused.
It is overused, but you can make your own spin to it. It just went from skin crawler.
No, but that's what he tried. He tried to do his own.
True.
I also think that us reading it like this doesn't do it justice quite.
I mean, it doesn't, but in my head, okay, when you read, when you read, do you imagine everything in your head? Like a movie?
Sometimes. But
I do all the time.
No, I only do it if the story really catches me. I get into it. But if it doesn't, then my ADHD takes over and I can't.
Yeah, okay. When I read... true. Actually, I do see that. But because sometimes I have to read it back because I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? It's mumbo jumbo right now.
Big time.
But when I read a good story, mostly fantasy as well, and it's very good. Like in my head, I'm playing the movie while reading it in my head.
Okay.
Not out loud, right?
I'm not. Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not quite as much like that, but sometimes I
That's why in my head it was so weird because first I imagined, the mom on the other side without a face, but like saying, come here, and then it turns into this void being with everything in the house. It was not as creepy. It could have been more a creepy creature. Like what? Like the mom, slowly being being more and more unnatural.
The mom.
No, it's not the mom, but it's
like a skinwalker type of mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then to the point where it finally shows itself, and then he makes his own creepy monster out of it, right? Again, it's a very redundant topic.
Very. I will honestly, I will admire this guy or girl, whoever, for trying to do something different in the sense that they made a fiddlesticks monster of sticks.
House stuff,
which was kind of cool. I like the idea of that.
Yeah, it was like the void. What I was imagining in my head was like, it's a void being that has like a magnetic thing, and it just fucking...
But honestly, maybe it was too short. I honestly think you could have built this up more, but it would be like a...
Yeah, the fight was pretty quick. It was like, we're waiting for the sunlight to come in. I'm going to hold it at bay.
Yeah, but not even just...
And then we skip. We skip a couple of hours.
Yeah,
and then it's like, yep, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. But I don't know. Yeah. I feel like if you build up this over multiple nights and not having a friend over, but letting us know beforehand what's going on, like we actually read how the family's living with it.
But it's a Reddit story as well, so you can only keep it like to a certain degree. I'm pretty sure they have like rules on no sleep.
No sleep is very fucking square. I don't know how to do it, but it would be a cool story if like you read like over a while of the family, and then they inevitably break. Like you read how they break, and then they decide we have to do something. Yeah, who can we get over?
The parents weren't even mentioned. They were mentioned, but we didn't see them until they came out. Like he didn't die.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
also, the ending, we're disappointed. Yeah. They're disappointed. Like I get they're disappointed, but at the same time, like you're sacrificing a kid.
Yeah,
this is weird.
No, not only that. The house, his great-great-grandfather had made a deal with an entity, right? That was the story was the fact that his great-grandfather...
I thought he just built it on sacred ground.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, sorry. He built it on a land that had some kind of supernatural deal, right?
Yeah, well,
and then they've survived for generations. And nobody in all those generations could just get some random dude to come in and then sacrifice that dude.
Yeah, try it. I mean, you can find a goat. Hope it will work. Who knows?
Yeah. You fucking test it. Beta test it.
Yeah, beta test it.
Like fucking do something.
Maybe they have. We don't know.
Exactly.
Stories too short.
Yeah, stories too short.
But also, you can't say, because I'm pretty sure no sleep can't be as long as you want.
No. That's why people have part 1, part 2, part 3.
Well, that's what I mean. But they could...
He could build onto it. It's a month old. So maybe he's building onto part 2 right now.
Okay.
But no, he did do it definitive. Maybe it's without the main character, and then the main character changes.
It would have been cool, yeah. But also, I understand the difficulty of it because you want to catch people from the first part. Obviously, so you want something to happen. But I think the first part would have worked great as like a second or third part.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Or like a middle part at least.
That's what I mean. Out of like 4.
Yeah.
Right. So a second or a third out of like 4. And like that's one thing. Third. So the third is like the big, like the climax, and then the fourth is like the aftermath, almost. And then the first is the introduction. Third is like second is like how is this family gonna live? Like they're boiling over. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
but also none of us know anything.
No, we're just talking shit.
We're dumb as fuck.
We're talking shit because we're not sure whether or not.
I can't write a whole sentence without ChatGPT.
I couldn't even read, as you guys saw.
Well, facts.
But I do. The only last little thing that I do want to say, I'm throwing it out there, and I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
All the poetry and metaphors sounded so abundant and too much that it kind of gave a little bit of ChatGPT vibes. I'm just saying, just a little bit.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, but if you think about it,
maybe
ChatGPT does overly too much when you tell it to write a horror story.
But that's my
darkened room.
That's my thing. I'm not gonna lie. I've used ChatGPT for like a month. Like actually used it. Like I've made sure like sporadically like once every third month, I would maybe ask it something because I'm like, I can't find the Google thing, or like this seems funny with a friend. But I don't use ChatGPT until like now.
I mean, me neither, but I can
So I
still
don't-
see how to write. I'm not saying the entire I'm not saying any of it is.
No.
I'm just saying it gave the vibes of
We're accusing you of fraudulent behavior.
yeah, DRXPP one something.
That was definitely not the name. But yeah. No, I mean,
But yeah, that was a little fun segment that we tried out.
Yeah, it was fun. I would be down to do that again.
It was fun. I do have some tweaks and twig. Like I do want to tweak it to a more digestible way,
Okay.
definitely. But I do like the whole
I'm
idea of it.
curious about that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you
What
about
more
it.
Okay, sure.
That-
What's more digestible?
Yeah, that's an off-camera
Learn
thing.
to read is all I'm saying.
I mean, digestible for the audience, not us.
I mean, I'm gonna put a whole thing over this whole thing.
Okay.
There's gonna be text. They're not gonna look at us unless we do something funny.
Oh, I didn't. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy CREEPYPASTA quite literally.
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it. Do it.
Fucking
do
might
it.
as well. 'Cause I mean, I look like a dumb motherfucker.
Hey, we're not copying them. We're taking inspiration.
I'm inspired by the Wendigunios and the Mykeniones, the two Roman philosophers.
I mean, you're a super fan, so it's just for
Okay,
them.
calm the fuck
For
down.
them, it's nothing but a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also sure they wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
But
yeah, it was
you
fun.
know what it's time for?
Is it?
It's time for the binge corner.
It's a short one today.
So the binge corner.
This week, we're fucking pranking you.
Get fucked.
Get
You're-
actually fucked.
You're not getting a binge corner this week,
No.
unfortunately, but because we did a little preview of what we are trying to make a new segment, which is the binge read.
The binge read. I don't know what that.
We're working on it. It
We're
works.
very much still,
It's a
very
beta.
much still thinking about what that is.
We're
Yeah.
beta testing it, but it could be
Big
like
time.
the binge read.
Wait, that's not
Like-
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah,
I
like the
that.
scary,
I like
like
that. Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
the spooky woogie,
Right, the spooky woogie.
the spooky woogie.
The spooky woogie. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah, that vibe. That
vibe?
could be a good intro vibe.
Could actually. No, I'm down for that. That could be fun.
That's what I was thinking. But you're getting
But-
no binge corner because we
No
did
binge
that.
corner. Yeah.
But we do have something big for the next binge corner. I do personally.
You do?
You're probably doing your backhand as well.
I mean, this week I was planning on talking about Valorant, and then we did 40 minutes of reading, and my brain is tired.
yeah, we did. We
Honestly,
did a
your
lot.
brain must be mush.
I'm always mush, baby. I'm always mush. But yeah. Anyways, this has been the 13th episode. I'm pretty sure.
Has it?
Let's check.
Is it?
I'm always fucking right when it comes to episode numbers.
No,
you have
it's
to
the
go up.
12th. It's 12th.
You have to go up.
No.
That's the old one.
Oh shit.
You see, I got my shit straight.
Damn.
Damn, but we're
No,
done.
you're
with
right. It's the 13th, which is the. Oh wait, it's Friday the 13th. It's not Friday, but it's almost
Spooky,
Friday.
spooky,
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down my spine.
But yes,
But honestly, it's been a fun episode.
it's been good.
I really like the reading thing. I would love to do that again.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think 100% we should do it again, and we should make it a segment and a thing.
Yeah.
More polished, and I'll work on the
Oh,
polishing
100%.
part.
But then fuck
We'll
it.
cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
We'll-
are still cooking.
Bro, we're
With
at 13th episode of the whole podcast. There's a lot of shit that we got to work on.
It's sizzling.
Yeah, it's sizzling right now.
It's sizzling.
Exactly. 50th episode, we
Did the
got to be
oil?
cooking at that point. All right, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Remember, check us out on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Give us 5 stars if you wanna.
Yeah.
That'd be appreciated.
Go to Instagram, TikTok as well.
All yours.
All
Yeah.
the shinema.
Ooh, I love those places.
Go to all of the spots that we have. We have a link tree. You can see it on our Instagram and also on our Twitter and also pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the description.
Yeah.
Surely.
Go follow us. Go do your thing. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Peace.
P. I said P.